Now, on to step one. So, create your vision. This is where we're going to start, because what can happen is if you've set goals before and you've given up halfway through, or you haven't achieved the goal that you wanted to because you've lost momentum, you've lost interest, what can happen is we can take the SMART objectives that we set in an office environment and we can apply them to our life. And what can happen is with SMART objectives, they most definitely serve a purpose and have a place. And yes, I've had great success with them, and I know that people do. But when we apply that same strategy to setting our personal goals, what SMART objectives don't do is they don't attach emotion or meaning to our goal. And when we have a personal goal, we really need to attach to it a deep-rooted reason why we want to achieve that goal, what that goal is going to give us, what it's going to do for us, how we want to feel, what it means to us. And by adding in that meaning and that connection, that is what drives the motivation forwards for you to achieve your goal. So in this section of creating your vision, what I want you to do, and this is where I mentioned at the start, if you're at a place where you've really got no idea what it is that you want for yourself, I do recommend doing my other training of Get Clear on What You Want in 4 Simple Steps, because that's going to help you take a deeper dive into that area if that's where you're at. But so if you've already kind of got an idea, or you sort of know, what I want for you to do is, first of all, I want for you to explore what it is that you truly want for yourself. And do this by completing a simple exercise of using your... I've had some comments come up. There seems to be a delay, so I'm not ignoring anybody with the comments. Hello, Sarah. Thank you for joining. And you agree so much with the SMART comment. Absolutely. I mean, it's been something time and again that I see happen. And as soon as we add in this additional step, it just makes a complete difference. And it really does ignite that motivation. So when you're feeling like, you know, you can't be bothered to take the action that you need, or you're not really sure, when you look at a goal and you've got that deep-rooted meaning behind it, it kicks that motivation in at other times when it usually wouldn't. So for this first exercise, explore what it is that you truly want for yourself by, in your mind's eye, imagining your life in 5 years' time. Money isn't an issue. Logistics isn't an issue. There's absolutely nothing holding you back. Imagine your life in 5 years' time. What would it look like? Where would you be living? Who would you be living with? Who would you be sharing your life with? Who would you be spending time with? What would you do for a living? What would you spend your time doing? How would you feel? And really go deep into that and really explore it without any limitations, because at the end of the day, there aren't any limitations, only the ones that you set in your own mind. So have fun with this and see what comes out, because there might be some new stuff that comes out that you hadn't even realised, and that could be part of what's been holding you back. Maybe you haven't been truly aligned with what it is that you want for yourself. So have fun with this exercise. Then what I want you to do is, I want you to look at that vision of your life in 5 years' time, and then decide for yourself, okay, what am I going to focus on now that is going to help me move in that direction of creating that life that I want for myself? And making a decision is absolutely key, because what often happens is we can say that we want something, and that's great, we've acknowledged that we want something, but that's all. We just say it. And I know I've been guilty of it as well before myself. When you make a decision that you are going to achieve something, there's a conviction behind that that drives the action that you'll take. So what I want you to do is make a decision on what it is that you are going to focus on from now that is going to start moving you forwards in that direction. And this is something that you need to repeat on a regular basis, because once you start making progress on that first focus, you can then look at, okay, what else do I want to add in now? But go easy on yourself. We want to set you up for success, so we don't want to create overwhelm whatsoever. So pick one thing that you're going to focus on, but make a decision that you are going to achieve this. And then what I want you to do, when you've picked that area that you are going to focus on, you've made your decision, now we want to connect the meaning and emotion to it. So, and I want you to make sure that you write this down as well, because the act of writing in itself connects a deeper meaning to the goal also. And you can look back at it on a regular basis as well. If you start to feel yourself going off track, you can go back to what you originally wrote down and refocus yourself. So I want you to write down in as much detail as you can, why is that goal important to you? What is it about that goal and achieving it that's important to you? What will achieving that goal do for you? What will it give you? What changes will it make to your life? And how will you feel when you've achieved it? Now, really go into detail with this, because this is going to be what is going to drive your motivation. If you have a deep enough meaning behind why you want to achieve something, you will take that action necessary, no matter how out of your comfort zone it is.